Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we'll be testing new exciting releases from K-Beauty, and also I will show you some of my favorite products that I have been using and testing for a very long time, so I can fully recommend them. And don't forget to use my code if you shop on Eyeshadow, and let's start. So I have a little bit of foundation on. I used this Daisy cushion. It's their new cushion and I really love the packaging and I really like the cushion itself. I'll show you a little bit. I put down just a tiny layer because it's so hot here and my face was very red, so I didn't want to appear too red on camera. This foundation is for me. It has very light coverage, so like my spots here it didn't cover, so it's best to have like a concealer under or on top to cover some redness or some like pimples. To what I love about this foundation, it is that it evens out the skin tone very well, because I recently tried one tone up cushion that I will show you in a future video and I looked horrible. It's kind of white purplish tone up, and yeah, it was just horrible. So this foundation works very well for me because I don't really like on like daily basis to have super full coverage foundation. So I was thinking like tone up, and on top I can throw on like a concealer, but that tone up didn't really work very well. So I've been using this cushion and I really like the finish of it. It's kind of like dewy, and if you want you can set it, but I don't set it. And also we have a lot of cream products today, so this is how it looks. I really like it. It's similar to a Romand one, the blue one, but I like it so far a little more because it's not as thick. If you layer a few layers of that Romand cushion, it would get a little thick, but this one is very thin and it looks very nice, and it's not as dewy as a Romand one. So let's now add a little bit of concealer, and I have been using this Unleash concealer for a year probably. It is so good. It's one of the best concealers that I tried, and I tried a lot. I will make a separate video about concealers. And first, it's very hard to get a right shade because from Wake Make I got two shades and they were both not my shade. And then I got clear one that I really like the formula, but it's too light for me. And I have few more that are just not for me. That's for another video, but I can honestly and truly recommend this Unleash concealer. It's very affordable. It's like $6, I think, on Eyeshadow, and how many grams? I don't know how many grams, but you have a lot of product here. And I have the shade 1, and for foundation I have 21N, and it works amazing for me. It just has the perfect shade and it covers very well and blends out very well and holds very well. And sometimes when my skin is like very good, which doesn't happen often, I just use it as kind of base, and then I add like blush, and I've been enjoying that as well. So I highly recommend you, if you're on the lookout for a good concealer, I would totally recommend this one. It is very good. I will let it marinate a little bit, and the other concealer that I'm waiting to try and then make a video is super cool concealer from the brand So Natural. I have this fixing spray that I use all the time, and recently I showed it in the short. If you are subscribed, you probably saw it, and if you're not, you should subscribe. But they have this new product. It's magic sealer, basically kind of a glue on top of any makeup that you have, but it doesn't feel like glue, so it's not, you know, well, you probably know what I mean. It's very thin, you cannot feel anything on the hand. Well, I tested on the hand. It is super cool, it doesn't look like anything, and it really holds. I tried it on eyeshadows, it holds super well. On the, like, on this instruction, it showed it on an eyeliner as well as on the brows, and I think on the lashes. I don't know if like this format for lashes is very good, but I had super cool eyelash holder fixer. I will try to like link it. It's like clear mascara that fixes your lashes for like until you wash it off, but it's kind of hard to wash it off. So it's kind of the same vibe, but I honestly don't know what I would use it for, because like an eyeliner that I use all the time is this McQueen. I showed it in a lot of my videos. It's my favorite. It is affordable, there are a ton of shades, and it is waterproof. It's smudge proof, is anything proof. And yeah, so I don't really have the need to put it on my eyeliner, and I don't see any other use, at least for like myself. But the very cool and interesting idea that they made it into concealer. So they basically kind of merged a concealer and this into one product. So it should be very like, how to say it? It should be very fixable, so it shouldn't move or anything, which I'm very excited about. I ordered it already and I'm waiting for it. They also have it in foundation, but I was like, I need to try concealer first, because I'm not sure how does it work, you know, and I don't want to destroy my skin again. So I will try it in a concealer, we will try it together and we will see how it works. But I'm very curious about it, and let me know if you can think of any use for this. If you can think any use for it, I would love to know. Maybe like a brow setter, but I have good one from Romand, which is with the spoolie and more like easy to use. But I love the idea, it works. I just need to find a use for it. So this is the base makeup. I think it looks pretty nice, and it also looks good in person, which I appreciate, because I need some good makeup to use every day. And it looks very nice on camera and in the mirror too, which is very important. And concealer blended with this foundation super well. So I have been using this for like a month probably, and I just love this. So let's contour next. I'll use my Cologram stick contour. I showed it a million times already, and it is my third stick already. It is so good, so easy to use, and in the new version it has a brush, and on the older one it has a sponge. And I think we got one in advent calendar that is over there. So let's contour a little bit. Why I love this specific contour is because it's perfect shade for me. It's easy to blend, it's affordable, and also it's easy to use when you're traveling, because like any other contour, for example, I had the tub of, was it Dior? No, it was Chanel contour. I really loved it, but first it had fragrance which irritated my skin. And also, like, how do you use that tub of contour or bronzer. It's not really usable, and it has a brush that you can easily blend with, which is amazing. And I have one in my travel bag and one in my everyday drawer. And then we move on to blush. I'm very excited because I love this blush. It's my favorite blush. I have this as my favorite liquid blush, and then the newest one. But to be honest, I use this one much more because it's like more thin, and I really love the shade. This is 03 Rose Brown, and Yestel sent me a new shade, is Cherry Blossom 06. It's this perfect pink shade. I'm very excited to try it out. I swatched it already, and on the swatch it just looks perfect, so I'm very excited. I don't have any other blush that is this color, so let's try it out. I have my favorite vibrating brush that we'll use for the blush. I also use it for BB creams, foundation if they are not in the cushion, and like for anything, but I really want to use it for blush today. What I don't like about this blush is that if I want to travel with it, I can't, because it's glass bottle and I'm not traveling with a glass bottle, and minis don't come in other form, they also come in a glass bottle. Let's blend this out before it dries out. Now, I did not expect it to be this pigmented. Like, I love the color, but it is so pigmented, wow. Because the rosy brown is not as pigmented. This one is wow, wow, wow. But at least I think you can see it on camera, because sometimes the blush just disappears into nowhere. But I love the shade. It looks amazing. I love the formula, so I'm so happy to have this shade. I think it reminds me of this blush from Glint that I also have in my drawer. I think they are very, very close. I love this blush because it reminds me of Hourglass blushes, but I don't believe Hourglass has this shade, and it's also very affordable. I just love this blush. And now let's move on to another exciting product. So as I showed you, this blush is from Glint, and I recently got their bronzer in a stick, which I'm so excited because I need a good bronzer, and the only one cream one I have is the Chanel one. It's expired, it has fragrance, and my favorite bronzer is in powder. And when I travel, I don't want to take brushes, I just want everything in a stick, so watch out for that. But they have those highlighter sticks, and this one is from their older release. It's 02 Milky Moon, but they released like pinky version, which is 003, which is new, but I got this one, kind of a whitish one. Let's see how it looks. It should give you this idol glow. What I want to see is, will it melt the foundation underneath? So let's see. So this is how highlighter looks. It gives this wet effect, which I really like, and I'm so glad to report that it didn't melt foundation, it didn't melt my blush. It went on very, very nice. Only thing, I would do like stamping motion rather than swiping. And it has the vibe of Kahi stick, but it also has like these tiny shimmers, and I really like how it looks in like close up. In the mirror in person, it looks really good. It doesn't look greasy. It looks like a glow from within. I really like it. It just looks like you have a very good skincare on. I really like the effect, but get it only on sale. When it's like $18, it's a good price. When it's $40, don't get it, it's too much. Just wait until it goes on sale. And I am really looking forward to the bronzer. And now we need to do the eyes. I have this brown palette from Consori. It's kind of hard to open and I almost dug my finger into it. We'll just put a little basic look. I put down this shade and now I want to try this shimmer shade. It's very soft. And let's apply it. Wow, it's very nice and like, I don't know if you can see well. And it reflects so well and it doesn't feel heavy on the eye, which I appreciate. Because, for example, Natasha Denona eyeshadows, those shimmer shades, they feel so heavy, they look so nice, but you can definitely feel them on the eyes. And those, usually the Korean ones, you don't feel them at all. I really like it. I really like how this makeup turned out. It likes this very glowy makeup, which I personally would take any day rather than being dry. I haven't tried this shade or the darkest shade. Maybe let's do a little bit. But first I want to try these pencils. It's from Too Cool for School, but it's their art class collection. So I'm not sure if I will like this because I had this from advent calendar from last year, not this one, the last year. And it was, I don't know, it's unnecessary kind of, because it's a pencil and usually what I saw people use it as like Eyeshadow pencil, as eyeshadow, and they also, when I looked at the description, they recommend it as even highlighter and as a blush. And we have this pink shade, which is super beautiful, don't get me wrong. So I want to test it out because this one is not as shimmery as I would like, a little bit crumbly. And I don't know, if I use like pencils, I have in my travel bag the Peri Peri ones. They are more creamy, and actually the Too Cool for School has those creamy ones too, but I guess some people like, it's kind of like an eyeshadow in a stick. So let's just try it out on the bottom line. So I put it down on my eye and you probably cannot even see it because it's not shimmery enough to see it. I know I'm not the biggest fan, let me know. I think you can see it a little bit on camera, but in person it's just very soft pink shade. And this pencil costs $8. I don't know if it's worth the money because this one, for example, this shade I would not recommend, because what I would use it for would be as an eyeshadow or as like highlighter here, but it's not highlighty enough for me. I don't know. And let's try to put it over here. I like this pink shade much more than the gold one that we got in advent calendar. It looks kind of nice, but I would anyway prefer the creamy ones because I just like creamy products more. For me personally, the effect of the pencil is not good enough to spend $8 on. I would rather get the creamy one. But let me know what you think. I think it looks good, but I can achieve that effect with any eyeshadow. It doesn't look horrible. It looks nice, but it's very subtle sheen. If you like that, you will like that. I like a little bit more pop. Anyways, let's come back to this palette. Like this palette, I think it's amazing for beginners, and like if you want a little palette with everything for neutral makeup. And then let's move on to lips. We are trying I'm Mimi today. I haven't tried I'm Mimi lip products in a while, so I'm very excited. It's their new lip tints, and of course we have a red shade, which I'm very excited always. This shade is Minimal Pink number 5, and you might think it's pink, but it's actually red. At least on swatches it was red. So let's hope for the best, I guess. Oh, it smells very nice. I cannot pinpoint the smell, but it smells very good. Yeah, very bright. It's a very interesting formula. Don't get scared, I will blend it out in a minute. So this is our lipstick today. It's a very interesting formula. It's very wet, and if I compare it to Romand, it's still like more wet. I can feel this kind of wetness on my skin. I really like it. I actually like this shade. It's not as red as I was expecting, and it kind of is a little different to other kind of glossy tints because it feels so hydrating for some reason. I can feel like it is being very wet, and it's so weird. I don't have that effect with any other lip tint, but it looks very nice. It feels very nice on the lips. It feels like I put like a good lip oil on. It's not sticky, it's just glossy. I really like it. Wiped off the lip tint and it stained my lips pretty well, so nice. I have a pimple here, so just ignore it. But it's very nice. I really like it, and my lips feel kind of moisturized. It's a great find. Anyways, bye! I liked most of the stuff that we tested in this video. Some were my long-time favorites. The only thing I'm not sure is those pencils. Let me know. Would you use them for anything? Do you see like the point of buying them? Of course, if they are sold and they are pretty popular, there are people that are using them, but for me personally, I'm not sure if I will be using it because it doesn't give that oomph effect that I really like. But for more like subtle makeup, I could see it. So let me know. Hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to use my code if you shop on Eyeshadow, and thank you to Eyeshadow for sending me some of those products. I'm wishing you an amazing rest of your week, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye!